Hey, good morning, Mr. Stottleman's class. Fifth graders. I understand that you guys are studying about biomass in science class. So what I thought I would do is show you what biomass looks like for my family and how we utilize that. As you can see, I'll spin it around here maybe. As you can see, I'm standing here in the creek bottom at the farm where my family's at. And every year in the wintertime, we cut down trees that are dead, split them up, and we use them for firewood. So I've got a couple of examples over here where you can see this stump. This is the last tree that I just cut down, and it's dead. Okay, and so what we have done is, if I scroll over here, you can see the wood pile. We cut them up into chunks and we split that wood, load it up on the back of the four-wheeler, and we haul it back home and stack it up so that we can burn it in our fireplace. We use the dead trees, and you can see I've got one started here. If I look up, you can see where the bark is peeled off. So the tree is dead. Some of those smaller limbs at the top have rotted and fallen off. But I've cut this one and it got hung up, so I'll have to bring the tractor down here to get it pulled out of there so that we can cut it up. But you can see it's dead. It's locust. It's got thorns on it, and that's what we like to use for firewood. It burns really nice and burns really hot. Okay, so you can see I've got the pickup loaded. All that wood that I put on the back of the four-wheeler has been split. One of the things that you'll notice is that there's lots and lots of trees. We will burn about 2 trees, maybe 3, every year in order to heat our home for the winter. And as you can tell, I'll walk around here, the timber goes all the way up to where you see the farmhouse way up on top of the hill. So there are lots and lots of trees. In fact, some of the trees in this timber are well over 100 years old. But you can also see, as you take a look at the video, that there are a lot of smaller trees that have come up voluntary that are replacing any of those trees that we cut down. So the timber naturally renews itself. All right, guys, so now you are seeing a video of the fireplace that we've got in the basement of the house. So all of the wood that you saw on the back of the truck has been unloaded, and now over time we continue to burn that wood in our fireplace. And you can see the flames there as we've got our fire going. You know, one of the nice parts about the fireplace here is that the heat rises off of that continually. One of the things that you'll notice in your house, if you're just using your furnace, is that when the furnace shuts off, the house starts to get cold again. With the wood heat that we have off of the fireplace, there's a warmth throughout the basement and through the house all the time. As long as the fire is going in the fireplace, there's heat, and it's a much warmer heat because it's continual, it's even. You look up here right above, and it's a little difficult to see, but you can see through the grate there's a filter, and above that filter is a fan. And that fan sucks the warm air from the basement and blows it upstairs into the living area upstairs. So we are using the natural heat that's coming from the wood to heat not only the basement, but also the upstairs of the house. One of the questions that I've been asked is, would I ever use any other kind of natural resource to heat the house? And one of the things beyond the fireplace, and I don't know that I would ever get away from having a fireplace, because I like that. If the power goes out, I'm still going to have heat regardless of whether the furnace is running or not. But one of the things that you might study about with Mr. Stottleman is something called geothermal heating and cooling. And basically it takes the heat and the temperature out of the ground to heat and cool your home. They bury pipes deep down in the ground, and through a series of fans and things associated with those those pipes, homes are able to have a constant temperature using the natural warming and cooling of the earth. So that might be the one thing that I would add to my home if I were to build a new home, is a geothermal unit. One of the things that I was asked is, what does it save me if I burn wood versus just using my furnace? And I've tried to do some study of what that would look like, cost. And I figure roughly for the house this size, I save about $150 a month in my utility bills because I'm burning wood in my fireplace and the furnace isn't running.